It was the best because the only people that knew was my wife, the trainers, management and the coaches, and nobody else.
We didn't know. Nobody in the dressing room knew. Nobody in the dressing room knew.
Yeah, I didn't know. They kept it a pretty good secret.
I got a call, I believe it was from Harry, telling me that they wanted to retire the number. And I says, well, what about Bourque?
I was asked many times by reporters, what do you think about Phil's number being retired? I'm like, it should be. I mean, he's an amazing legend. He did amazing things here. He's won 2 cups, everything he's accomplished here, and he's bigger than life.
And they said, well, we're gonna do both of you. We'll put yours name, and when Raymond retires, we'll put his name. So that's fine. That's fine with me. Ray Bourque, one of the classiest guys that ever played, and one of the greatest players that ever played. It was fine with me.
I was thinking about just what you were saying. What are we going to do here? So I got home. It was late at night, about midnight. I called Ray. I said, what do you think about this idea? I wouldn't do it without talking to him. And I told him, he said, that's a great idea. Let's go through with it. That's how it happened.
The idea of doing it was like the day before. I think Harry just got the idea and called Ray and said, would he be cool with it? So they got the jersey made up pretty quickly. And because of that, it never leaked out.
It was the best because the only people that knew was my wife, the trainers, management and the coaches, and nobody else.
We didn't know. Nobody in the dressing room knew. Nobody in the dressing room knew.
I didn't know. They kept it a pretty good secret. I mean, obviously the equipment trainers knew, Ray knew, Harry knew. I'm not sure who else knew.
I think we were all surprised. I don't think there was anybody that really knew what Ray was doing or going to do.
Well, you're in awe of, like, here's Phil Esposito and, Bobby walked out and, just, it was a real special night.
Ray Bourque, the captain of the Bruins, will make a presentation.
So decided to go out, for warm-up with number 7, come back in the room, go in the back room, put 77 under 7, go out, call up Phil, and then I take 7 off and reveal 77.
It's like those moments and memories that you never ever forget, and then, he pulls the jersey off and, shows his new number, and Phil's just, overtaken and overwhelmed.
When he took the jersey off, and he said to me, and he handed it to me, he says, this is yours, big fellow, and it's always should have been yours and nobody else's. I was taken back. And if you could lip read, you saw what I said. And I was in shock.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you see is what Ray Bourque will wear from now on. Ray Bourque is going to wear 77 as number 7 is retired.
And it's just like everybody's jaw just dropped, and Phil, seeing his face, automatic. It was like I don't think he expected. I don't know what he thought was going to happen, but it was just an amazing night.
When you're given a number like he was given, with the history of that number and who wore it, probably not something you take lightly. I know Ray didn't, and he wore it with pride.
And it came as a shock, and it was very emotional for Phil. First time I've seen him with tears in his eye a little bit, because it was a very emotional night for him.
Out of anything I've ever done in hockey, the stuff on the ice, the teams, the cup, the finals, whatever, the first thing that comes up with everybody, I'd say 90% of the time, is that night.
His career didn't change by changing his number, but it certainly made a difference in Phil Esposito's life, that's for sure.
What this young man did tonight is something that I'll never, ever, ever forget. No matter what happens in my life, Raymond Bourque, never.